Hi guys, this is Maggie from Digital Nomad, and in this video I'm going to cover the topic of assessing your skills. So the skills that you need in order to start an online job, to support yourself as a digital nomad, to travel and to work while you're traveling. So in order to do that, you obviously need a job that is based online, so you can work from anywhere in the world. You just need a laptop and connection to the internet. And there are plenty of opportunities. And today we're going to discuss how are you going to find the opportunity for yourself, because the task of this, or the goal or the aim of becoming digital nomad, is to enjoy more of what you are doing. So you don't want to end up doing something you really hate, or you really despise, or something that you really dread in the morning when you wake up and dread thinking about starting a job, because that's not the objection of this exercise. We want to find something that, you know, that will improve our lifestyle, that give us joy, that give us something to look forward to when we wake up in the morning, and obviously something that will enrich our lives. So we'll find it by basically looking into what we enjoy doing right now, or what have we enjoyed doing if we had a similar experience working for somebody else or doing similar tasks. For example, I used to run online shops for 10 years before I started this digital nomad thing, my current company, Rock Paper Copy, and I really enjoyed working, optimizing websites. I really enjoyed giving a new look to the website and giving new layouts, trying new colors, trying new different images, promo images, and so on. So I thought, I could try doing it for other people. And because I learned myself how to get to the first page of Google, I thought maybe I can try helping people to get the same, to get to the top of Google with their websites. So after a while, this idea sort of bubbled to the surface, but it wasn't from the start. I didn't have the clear idea from the start, from the moment that I started working as a digital nomad, because I tried so many different approaches to how can I earn money online. And as I mentioned in a previous video, I started writing articles on Upwork, but because it was such a time-consuming task that didn't really pay that much, obviously I had to move on to something that was more, smarter when it comes to earning money. So I became, so I started working as an e-commerce expert. But my projects, my offering, my services change all the time, and I focus on the ones that people want to have, and people are seeking, and people are buying. And if some new package or some new service or some new offer is not popular, I ditch it. So I don't focus on something that obviously is not popular. But yeah, it took me good 2 years until I had some kind of set number of packages that I focus on. At the moment, I focus on SEO, social media marketing, and website optimization. But in the beginning, I was writing mainly articles, and um, when I started, I wasn't really writing articles within a certain topic. I just was writing articles on the topics that people were giving me. So some of the topics were on health subjects. Some of the topics were on fitness. Some of the topics were on other subjects. I don't remember precisely what it was in the beginning, but they were quite random, and I had to do a lot of research when preparing each article, which was quite fun because I learned quite a lot, which really found it useful later in life, because when I was writing about health benefits of certain new plants or new fruits or vegetables, well, like new to the Western world. And I went to Asia, and these were quite popular here, and I knew, okay, I know this one because I wrote article about it, and I know it's quite healthy, and I know it's quite expensive in the Western world, but here, because it's so common, it's much cheaper. It was the case with matcha tea. It was the case with Garcinia Cambogia. It was the case with any other like green powder. Don't remember the name, but yeah, it's considered like superfood in Western world. And apparently, my neighbor was growing it in the garden, so she gave me like a bunch of these leaves, and she said, yeah, you can have it for free. And I was like, yeah, oh my god, it's like, it probably would be like cost of the gold in weight in the Western world, because it's apparently one of those superfoods. I don't remember the name, but I've got it in my cupboard. I'm not using it anymore. But anyway, I remember one of my first ideas before I even got to writing articles was because I was vegetarian back then, and I was still planning on going to South America. And South America is very carnivorous. They love steaks, they love meats, and they definitely focus on meat in every dish. So, as a vegetarian, I was quite dreading going to South America, and I thought, well, there's probably more people like me that are looking for vegetarian options for traveling across South America. Why won't I become a vegetarian blogger? Traveling across South America, and maybe recommend places where you can find decent selection of vegetarian dishes, vegetarian meals in South American locations. And I thought it's such a fun niche, and I think it's worth exploring. But to be honest, I really don't like writing about food. It doesn't inspire me, and I wasn't really inspired in pursuing this idea. I was like taken aback all the time when I thought about maybe I should do something about it. Maybe I should work on this idea. I was like, I was finding different things to do instead of doing this. I was working. Oh, maybe I'll have a cup of tea. Maybe I'll go for a walk, and I just got myself that I'm really not passionate about this. So maybe it's not for me. Um, so I ditched that idea, although I still think it is brilliant, but definitely not for me. And I wanted to be a travel blogger. I know I'm probably one of the thousands of people who want to travel and blog and obviously get paid for that. And as you can imagine, competition is very stiff because it's for somebody like a dream lifestyle idea. But unfortunately, not many publications are willing to pay somebody to travel, to write an article, unless they are already quite renowned. They are famous for their work. They are, already quite recognized as a writer, and are blogging residents or bloggers in residence for certain publications. So they are employed as a freelancer by this certain publication, and the publication is sending them to locations, and then they get paid to review a new attraction, a new place, new restaurant, and so on and so forth. But this kind of gig is so difficult to secure, and there are so many people fighting for it, that I thought, maybe I'll pick like easier route to go. I didn't want to go somewhere that I knew that I would struggle in the beginning. I really wanted to have something that will be unique, and will let me earn money from the beginning, because as a travel blogger, I was realizing that it would take me few good months until I would start earning any money. So I ditched that idea as well. But you can still travel if you want. You can still travel, but obviously nobody will be paying you for that. But you can still work while you're traveling. You can still work and earn money, which is fantastic. So sometimes, I was going on holiday, but I was earning money. So sometimes my earnings were covering the cost that I was spending during holiday, which is amazing. It doesn't always happen. Rarely happen that I was actually making more than I was spending on holiday. But sometimes the cost of the packages that people were buying something was covering the um, the amount I was spending during the same time on holiday. Another option that is worth pursuing is basically opening a dropshipping store. So online store, selling items that you buy from a dropshipper, so from a site like AliExpress, and shipped through or managed by Oberlo, and this is something that you can manage while you are traveling because you don't have to carry the stock. You can outsource sending the stock to the dropshipper. And if you don't want, if your store is already running, you can basically hire and train a virtual assistant to manage things on day-to-day basis. So all you need to do is to train them for some time to see, to show him what needs to be done in an online store when managing your online store, how to send order confirmations, how to reply to emails, how to order the items on AliExpress, and then obviously overlook the whole process, and that gives you absolutely free time because everything is managed for you. The people are buying on your store, someone else is managing it, someone else is sending the items, and you are just cashing in. So this is one of the best options in my opinion, but it takes few months to get this going. But once it is going, you can just sit on a beach and laugh, and I think this is one of the best options. But it comes with the warning that you won't be the only one dropshipping, because there are like hundreds of online stores opening every day, that open with the same idea of making money while doing nothing. And you have to realize that you will need to work super hard in order to really differentiate yourself from hundreds of other shops selling the same product. So before you can do it, and I have to say this is possible, but obviously it takes a lot more time and a lot more effort and a lot more skills than you would with normal online store. But it definitely is possible, and once it is set up, you will be happy because everything will be sorted out for you, and you will have money coming in on everyday basis. So I hope you found it useful. I hope that makes sense, and I will see you next time. So that was Maggie from Digital Nomad. Thank you so much. Bye bye.